Hello, I'm Dr. Josh Hamlet, chair of the sorely underfunded Film Studies Department here at Kalamazoo University in lovely Michigan. My office is currently being fumigated for a new mutant strain of mold that they've dubbed Death's Gauntlet, so I've been forced to relocate to my living room. But I hope that the less than ideal surroundings will not detract from the subject of this commentary track, that of the undersung and underseen German-based auteur Maxwell Dickinson. Now, I first discovered Maxwell Dickinson's films purely by happenstance, and my reaction was a sort of baffled astonishment, and this is the reaction of anybody I've shown these films to for the first time. There's a sense of, did Dickinson really think this was good enough to be released? There's a stunning disregard for continuity. Camera angles and movements seem to lack clear motivation. Everything is shot in this washed out digital haze, and the acting, to put it mildly, is quite poor. But despite all this, I firmly believe there is a brilliance to Dickinson's films, and that is what I hope to elucidate with this commentary track. John Waters famously said of the gutter trash auteur Andy Milligan, he said that Milligan poses the question, can a genius be untalented? What I want to pose with Dickinson is, can a genius be so talented that it wraps around and appears as being untalented? Now, with this lengthy preamble out of the way, I think we'll get right into it. This is a commentary track on Dickinson's film, The Strange Case of the Disappearance of Local Legend and Bon Vivant Alexander Codswallop. Dickinson made this film under impoverished conditions. In fact, the first thing you'll note is that the character with a towel wrapped around their head, Kiara, was intended to be a woman, but due to Dickinson's lack of resources, he was only able to source two actors, both male. First is George Diaz, who was playing Kiara in the later role of Big Bobby, and Guillermo Subia, who was taking up the dual role of Marty and Timur. However, Dickinson manages to use this constraint to his advantage, and creates a dreamlike feel to the film that, if you ask me, is unmatched among other low-budget filmmakers. Now, he utilizes the Kuleshov effect here with the cutting between the two Guillermos, and this was not just a budgetary limitation, but an intentional stylistic choice with the intent of disorienting the viewer. If you ask me, it worked. Now, we have something of a Star is Born moment here. Adorned in his trademark all-black, there has scarcely been a more volatile actor than Kirk Poland, a modern-day Klaus Kinski. Dickinson and Poland had a volatile relationship, much like that of Kinski and Werner Herzog, but the quality of the product cannot be denied. Interestingly, although Dickinson and Poland have often been said to look similar, if not completely identical, both figures have claimed that they don't see it at all. Personally, I think they share only a slight resemblance. Now, this montage is one of the greatest sequences in Dickinson's filmography. Scored to Mozart's Requiem in D minor, more commonly known as Lacrimosa, the ever-building suspense created by the tracking shot, which leads to the shocking reveal of the dead body, played by Dickinson himself, is about as close to the concept of pure cinema as you can get. The much-alluded-to director Jean-Luc Godard famously said that tracking shots are a question of morality, and that is no different here. There's a neo-Bressonian element to some of the acting here, and although Dickinson didn't share Bresson's less than positive opinions on the craft, the use of non-professional actors adds a realism to the film that contrasts well with the absurdist plotline. It also subtly subverts Bressonianism, who would direct his quote-unquote actors to be stilted and deliver their lines in a monotone voice, while here Dickinson encourages everyone to go for an over-the-top stylized performance, which works well with the surrealist elements. Now, this ending utilizes Brechtian alienation to subvert the established dialectic and to challenge the preconceived notions of the narrative film. It forces you to confront the fact that what you are watching is fiction. Or is it? Now, Kirk Poland's monologue was unscripted, and this was really a rant he went off on, as he was prone to do, but it's Dickinson's decision to keep it in the film that is key to his brilliance. Any ordinary director would have cut away, but to capture the reactions of the befuddled cast, and especially record the show of pugilistic force from George, is further evidence of Dickinson's genius. For the record, no one knows what became of Kirk Poland after the shoot. a subject for further study, to be sure. Now, if I had the funding, and I would like to emphasize that my dean could easily grant me this, I would like to put on a box set of Dickinson's short films, packed with commentaries by myself, because no one else will touch it. I've been Dr. Josh Hamlet of the Film Studies Department at Kalamazoo College, and thank you for listening.